Hello and welcome to Outbreak. I'm Danielle and I run Soda, a curatorial consultancy here in Sydney. I'd like to start by acknowledging that I'm making this call on the Gadigal and Wongal lands of the Eora Nation and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. So today I am speaking with the creative juggernaut that is Lucas Abela, who I am just going to bring up, so bear with me please. Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
did I press that too early?
No, perfect. Hi.
Hey.
How are you going?
Oh, good.
Thank you. Yes, we're gonna have toddler interruptions. This is
We
good.
might have toddler interruptions. Been a bit of a terror this morning, but hopefully he's well behaved right now.
It's okay. There are lots of people that understand, I'm sure. I am just going to do a very brief introduction to you so that people who don't know you are a little bit more familiar with your work. So it's very hard to write a brief introduction about you because you've done so much and so many different things and you've had a very varied career. So I'll do my best in about a minute. So your background is in experimental music where you perform under the name Justice Yeldum and you use an instrument that you invented in 2003, which is an amplified shard of glass. That you can maybe talk a little bit about as we go on. As a musician, you've performed all over the world, and probably one of your most notable moments was when you appeared on the album with the experimental hip-hop group Death Grips in America, which I remember you telling me led to thousands of people following you on Instagram and all of these posts under pictures of your baby saying, when is the Death Grips album coming out? So now as a result, anyone out there, you have two Instagram accounts, baby photos and artist musician. So don't be confused. But more recently, you have been working more as a visual artist, creating these participatory sound installations or what you call large-scale instruments for musical play that switch the role between audience and performer. And it's because I've heard you say, and I know you have it on your website, that you believe experimental music is far more fun to do than watch.
As a general rule, there's a lot of experimental music that's so tedious to even listen to, let alone watch. But I know. Ernie's here. Hello.
Hi, Ernie.
But yeah, I've always found making experimental music far more rewarding than, I guess, when I started doing the installation. So I felt that I wanted to share the experience of making it with my audience, so I'd given them a chance to basically hold and play with gear that made sound. So you've got that sound response to your actions that I find so enjoyable when making music. So yeah, just trying to share that experience because it's a completely different thing when you're making it to. I think that's why the experimental music audience is primarily based of people that actually make it. If you look at the audience, it's mostly other practitioners. Some, not all the time, but a lot of people that are into experimental music also make it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was when you started making these participatory in sound instruments, which is when we met and worked together on a project, Fort Thunder. And I know from personal experience that that's absolutely true what you're saying, because we saw, as you know, we saw toddlers, school-age children, retirees, everyone was kind of elbowing in there to have fun and have a go on these instruments and play with them. So they definitely they resonate with an audience.
Yeah, the works in I could be having a really cacophonic installation that's just blaring sound and just filled with families and stuff just playing with it. Old people, young people, everybody, people that wouldn't normally even consider experimental music or even know about experimental music or noise music, the particular subgenre that I'm most involved with, wouldn't even think about it because they're seeing it as just a fun thing to do, and these sounds are just. I know it's so extraordinarily inclusive in that way, and that's what I love about being able to take something that's so considered such a sub genre of music that it's hardly even listened to, and giving it to and being considered a general public artist that I'm not taken seriously enough in the arts world, but I had this GP reputation. GP reputation that the general public will love and adore what I do, and it's when it's coming from such a weird musical place that they
and sorry.
No, you're good.
I was actually thinking, because you and I have worked together on projects that have happened. We've also worked together on trying to get certain projects off the ground. And I was thinking I'm in such a privileged position because I know about all of these amazing projects.
It's okay, I'm listening.
No, that's okay. This is good. This is like a good insight into the world of actually how stuff gets made. Actually, maybe now would be a good time. Ernie, maybe we should get Ernie to do a demo, because the project that we worked on during isolation, you adapted to be an in-house bespoke playground for Ernie. And so where there was one stairs is now a slippery dip. So anyone out there looking for, if anyone's looking for a bespoke playground.
So this used to be part of the swing set at Fairfield. Now it's indoor slide for younger energy. Anyway, I often readapt a lot of my works, like the Paku Paku was outdoor hutch for some point. I've turned lots of things into different things when I can, but yeah, that's one of the troubles with installation, what to do with them afterwards. It's becoming such a problem for me at the moment that I kind of only interested in pursuing permanent works and kind of like giving myself a 5-year goal of getting an actual playground up one day, because I'm finding it so disheartening to get lots of money for a project, build a project, present a project, and then dismantle a project without not necessarily having a future for it. Like my last project, Fort Fundo, which you helped me with, was last shown at it wasn't last show, it was at the National, then it was at a Cementa. But since COVID, I can't see any future for it now, because it's a touchy-feely installation where the public has to come in and touch all these poles and intermingle with each other. I don't think it's going to be booked for another 2 years, maybe even longer, depending how this pandemic goes. Like, I can't imagine them installing it and then disinfecting it every time someone touches the damn thing. So anyway, that's stored, fortunately, in the Blue Mountains. And I'll hang on to it with the hopes that it should be shown again. But some other works, like I've had to retire some of my pinball works recently because I ran out of storage and other things. So I really just want to get some permanency to work. So I'm thinking about approaching councils with ideas for playgrounds rather than having to do these tenders that, like, waiting for a tender and then them, or I don't know, but I'm not sure how that approach is going to work. But I think if I come up with a really good plan and have it ready to go and show it to them, they might take it seriously. But wait and see. It's a 5-year plan.
Well, I'll definitely vouch for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you have, just to finish off a few points about my intro here, you have actually taken these machines and instruments all over the world, through Europe, America, Asia, Sydney Festival, Mona in Tassie, MCA in Sydney, M Pavilion in Melbourne. But yeah, I do think what you talk about, the inherent waste of creating something and then having to deal with it afterwards.
Yeah, well, like my first installation, Vinyl Rally, I was very fortunate, and it got shown like 13 times across Europe. But at some point, there's an expiry date. So, all that vinyl, and every time it was built, it was sort of rebuilt. The racetrack was rebuilt. Like, we sent the driving cars and the records from city to city. But the actual wood for each one was had to be rebuilt. I don't know, but it's that, all that stuff's fun. And I'll do it all again in a heartbeat. But like when you retire at work, it's a little depressing. Like I'd like to idea of like building it. I know there's this place called Meow Wolf in Phoenix or something, and they seem to do similar types of So it was a warehouse space, and they managed to get a whole bunch of money off the Game of Thrones guy.
Yes.
And they built all these really cool permanent installations, and it's like a theme park, but of just a wacky, crazy interactive art, but interactive art theme park, and these works are permanent. They might switch things out every once in a while. I'm not really sure exactly how it works. I haven't been there. I've only seen videos of it, but the place seems quite amazing. And it'd be good to have like those kind of, instead of like an MCA kind of situation. I don't turn the TV on any. Sorry.
If anyone wants to know what it's like to work at home and parent at the same time, like that's really appropriate.
Chuck's in prison. I think I want to watch this.
Yeah, fine. Okay, we'll just cut us short. No worries.
No, I'll put the subtitles on. How do you do that? No, we'll talk first. I'll see Chuck in prison soon.
What about the book? You've just released a children's book.
Oh yeah. This guy and my partner Keg D'Souza were kind of like we used to sing this song called Foot Feet, plurals are weird, you will see, when he was little, and then the pandemic started, so we thought we'd write a children's book. We're trying to think of what to do. And we thought of that song and ended up coming up with this kind of plurals are weird book, which Keg did all these illustrations for. This is actually the proof copy, so it's a bit shiny because it's actually printed on matte. I should try and get a real one, but anyway, one mouse, three mice, and so on and so forth. So it's a counting book about irregular plurals. And that's been fun. We like crowdsourced it and got enough money to print 500 of the things, and now we sold 100, so I got 400 to go, and I sold 3 today, which is good.
Yeah. So where can people buy it? Where can people buy it?
Dual Clover / plurals, the PC.
Maybe from your Instagram account?
There's a link on the top of my personal Instagram account on my on this account, my Justice Yeldon account, that goes to my Bandcamp. But basically the first letter of each one, so dualplover.com / the first letter of each word of plurals can be weird, in capitals, cool. I think. But we'll make it maybe post it after this or something. I'll throw it in the screen.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Hey, Ernie. Hey, Ernie, what do you think of the book?
I think right.
Yeah, that's what he thinks. He's pretty into the book, except he keeps getting one of them wrong all the time. He keeps saying foot, don't you? Not feet. Hey? He's making us look bad. Anyway.
Well, I know that because we've got a copy. I know it went up to primary school. It went to my preschool, the preschool born copy. So.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. It's a good one. Well, in terms of questions, we've only got like a minute or two left. So maybe, what are you working on at the moment?
I'll get quite back into making music, I guess. Like people ask me to do streams all around the world. I just did one in New York. I'm about to do one in San Diego. San Francisco. Doing one in Buenos Aires somewhere. Another one in Glasgow, India. I've done them in Newcastle, all around Australia as well. So I'm just doing lots and lots of live streams, which is kind of fun. Like I can't tour at the moment. I was originally going to tour Taiwan in April, so that got cancelled. So, I bitched and moaned on the internet about losing gigs, and then everyone started asking me to do gigs. So it's kind of weird.
It's a good marketing strategy.
Huh?
It's a good marketing strategy.
Yeah. It's weird doing gigs at home. Like most of them I pre-recorded, but one I did live properly for the very first time, and it was a weird experience. But you're fun. You have the same kind of nerves when I was hitting it actually live. So I think I'm going to do the more actual lives than pre-records, because it felt more like a gig than doing a pre-record. So the pre-records are mainly because this guy, I didn't feel like it, you know, depending on the time in the country I was needed to perform in, it's really quite hard. But the live one I did was for an organisation in Sydney, so the time wasn't that awkward to do it at, rather coordinating it all around the world. But it just felt slightly different. Anyway, they've been fun to do. There's lots of them on my Instagram account. I post them afterwards. One of them has Ernie interrupting the entire time while I'm trying to play, but just like now.
It's reality. Well, that is our 15 minutes. It goes so quickly. But thank you.
You said it would go quickly. It's like we hardly even started.
I know, but if anyone wants to find you, the best handle is Justice Yeldham.
Either Justice Yeldham, if Google Lucas Abela Justice Yeldham, you'll find me. Just don't image search it unless you've got a strong stomach or something. I don't know. But
also, can I just say to people out there who want to reach you, do not be deterred if you never answer your phone. Persist. It's worth it. It's worth it. Eventually, at some point, you will get a response. But yes, you're a notoriously bad phone answerer.
I'm better with email. Okay.
Yay. Well, on that note, while you're getting your face eaten, we're going to say bye.
Bye. Say goodbye, Ernie.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, Parker.
Thanks. Bye.